Hello, and welcome to Imperfectionist Stories. Today's stories come from r/Islam. Under the subreddit, you guys got any Jinn stories? Our first story comes from Batsari Boars. When I was 16 years old, I woke up in the middle of the night and went to the kitchen, which was attached to the family room. One corner of the kitchen was impossibly dark, and as I felt the presence, a voice started speaking unintelligible words, which then turned into what sounded like Quranic verses spoken backwards, but it honestly sounded as if a dog had learned to speak with an evil tone. After about 2 minutes, it went away. The darkness went away, and my mother came running into the kitchen asking what was going on. 100%, I believe I encountered a Jinn. Our next story comes from user Nisresh. I was a kid at the time, not sure of the exact age, but under 10 for sure. So I was on a tricycle, just playing around in my backyard. It was just after twilight, Maghrib. So anyways, I'm just doing my thing when I see a thing looking at me. It was smiling almost in the sense of, "Bro, what you looking at?" Like not intending to be creepy or scary, but the look you would give if you saw a kid saying something dumb, but it was funny. You know, light paintings. Well, now imagine if you take a green light and drew an outline of a man-like thing, but its head area looked like it wore one of those fluffy baker hats. Anyways, so I stare at it for a few seconds. Initially, I was more surprised/shocked than scared. But as seconds went by, I came to my senses and ran inside the house and told my mom. Even to this day, I remember it. Our next story comes from I Love Kanjiro. I got 3. I've seen 3 female relatives or close family friends be possessed. They would get agitated around Adhan or when someone's reciting the Quran. They become completely different people. When that happens, we would usually get some sheikh and they would sit them down, recite the Quran and azkar on them and ask them questions, plus some beating when they refused to answer. After a while, the jinn would leave them and they'd be back to their usual selves, confused about what's happening and how they got there. I also know of a false case. One time I was in the UK and a family had this kid, around 8 to 10 years old. I think he was mentally challenged, but his family thought he was possessed. My aunt sent me and her son to accompany the mother of an exorcist. The guy was uneasy and was asking where we were from and where we were raised. I found that odd, but later it would become clear why. So he tied down the kid and asked us to hold him. He brings out this instrument and starts shocking the kid with electricity. I was like, I didn't sign up for this, but I couldn't say anything. After the session was over, the kid's mom asked me and my cousin to come and help out again next time. We both agreed, but we knew we weren't going to do that again. These stories are taken from Reddit, so please remember, they may or may not be true. If you like these stories, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Jazakallah khair.